Don't be
Good morning, guys. So today I'm going to take you to a sister circle. Was meant to work today, had a change of plan, so I'm actually going to go to Oxford to a sister circle that's all about female empowerment, wellness. I've heard there's going to be a talk by Queen Afua, so I'm really excited, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and my mom to go to the sister circle today. I'm out of breath because I'm late and my mom was like, do not be late, so yeah, we gotta go. Hey guys, so finally in the car on the way to Oxford with my lovely mother, and hey, we're excited to go to the event. We were just kidding ourselves about a joke. If anyone wants to know where I get my Maddie humour from, it's this woman, okay? So if you wonder, why is this girl so mad? It's because of my mum, not me. But I've got it up, guys, and it says the Motivational Queen, and it's a Sisters Empowerment Circle with a guest speaker of Zoe Bennett.
That's right.
And it's award winning. It's a New Year's special, so it starts at 1. It's 1 o'clock now.
We're on our way.
I'm finishing at 5 though, so I think we've got some time. So yeah, it's exciting.
I need to take up this. There we go. I'll go in a minute.
So you excited, Mom?
Excitement is a little bit strong. Strong is the word. I'm looking forward to it. It'd be really nice to experience an event that's been hosted by Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Zoe Bennett speak.
Neither have I actually, and I've heard a lot about her.
Yeah. And some of the other speakers, you know, it's nice to be in another forum and being fed rather than you doing the feeding all the time. Well, not all the time. It's just lovely to see women are also rising. So many women from across all kind of backgrounds and ages,
and focusing on their healing as well,
it's really powerful. So it's all good. I prefer to be going to an event like this than possibly, you know, a rave at my age. Not that there's anything, I don't have anything against raves.
I think you'll prefer the rave,
but I really appreciate sitting quietly and reflecting on what people are saying, and listening to empowering speeches. So yes, looking forward to it.
Thank you, love.
Just have a flick. Oh yeah, please ring Remani for me as well.
What do I look like, the secretary?
Yes.
You know when you're in the car and then your mum asks you to ring everyone while she drives?
Anyway, you can tweet.
When I got to
Well, not supposed to. So annoying. Bring this person.
So
Message
annoying.
Julie.
Listen, you want to drive, go to Oxford, but I'll take coach. Hey.
Stephen Dorrell,
That's part of the
bargain,
the benefit,
which represents virtually all trust
to make our parents.
United Kingdom partners.
And the secretarial duties.
Which believes Britain should stay in the EU.
the next day.
Hey. We gotta wait for the drop. I swear to you, SoundCloud just gives you so much life. Hey guys, so I wanted to come back to you on the back of the sister circle I went to in Oxford on, what I want to say, Saturday. Yeah. By the time it had finished, it was so late and it was dark and I didn't have no lights. So like me and my mum was just chatting in the car home, but I really wanted to like share with you what I had learned. Yeah, sorry guys. So I really wanted to share with you what I'd learned, because I literally like learned so much and I just thought it was too much not to share and give you a feedback on the day. So amazing day. First time I've really ever gone to any event by the Nation of Islam. Like you didn't have to be Muslim to go, but it was like their group that had organised it, and even that was lovely to see, like all the women in their hijabs and different colours and stuff. That's the first time I'd kind of been around anyone of that religious group. And then it was good, but I have to mention just a few key things, and obviously I'm gonna pop the video in after this so you can see obviously what I did and what I got up to. But someone I have to mention is that I met a guy called Stephen Sal, and what he does is something called, let me even make sure I'm saying it right, energy intuitive healing. And I've got like a huge smile on my face because it was just so great to meet him and I got a reading from him. But what he does is he uses a crystal and a pendulum, and he basically says that our body gives off energy all the time, we just don't know how to read it. So when I say energy, I mean, you know, like vibes, aura, chakras, meridians. And so he uses these energies to basically ask your body what is wrong with you. And then using this pendulum, the crystal then moves to highlight an area that you're weak in. And it was just so spot on. Like I'm someone who's very, very self-aware, and I've done a lot of personal development. So I know where my areas are for improvement, and I'm always working on some. But it was just spot on. And what I loved about his talk was that he spoke about the body and how it manifests. Obviously a lot of people believe thoughts are things. I do too. Very funny. I come from a science background. I did a physiology and pharmacology degree, but my kind of view towards health and medicine is completely holistic and traditional, which I don't think is actual separation. I just think it's the way that it's taught in the 21st century separates it, but in reality it's actually one and the same. But more on that later. But yeah, so he uses this pendulum and it tells you exactly what's wrong with your body. And he said some stuff that I just completely agreed with, which was how hate, bitterness, unforgiveness, anger manifests in our bodies, and how it affects different organs, and how sometimes the best thing we can do for our health is to let go of grudges and, you know, practice forgiveness. And it's funny because a lot of people accept that stress makes changes to your body, which we all know. You know, when you're stressed, for me, my lips get dry, I'm moody, sleeping pattern's not great. Do you know what I mean? You might get spots, a breakout. These are very physical changes from feeling stressed. But maybe people don't think about the things that happen to their bodies when they don't forgive, or they're angry, or they've got another trauma going on emotionally that they're not dealing with, or sad, for example. So he approaches health from a holistic point of view, and he's a very interesting gentleman because his father is a man called Dr. Sali, and he was a medical doctor and Ugandan in descent, but medical doctor, and he actually deals with both Western and holistic medicine. And he actually brought out a health supplement range called the Miranda range. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right. Marandina range. and it was to support people in holistic health and healing. And it's so weird because about 2 years ago, I went for this like body MLT by a lovely woman, can't talk. By a practitioner who did this MLT on me and prescribed me his supplements. I actually have some Mirinda syrup that I actually didn't end up taking, really naughty of me, but she prescribed me that. So I'd actually come across his range before, and I've seen it a lot with a lot of holistic practitioners. So I worked with him. So as soon as he had done his talk, I literally ran over, put my name on the list. You know I don't play when it comes to my personal development, and asked him to do a reading on me. And I'll share with you some of it. So it does everything. Like, it was so comprehensive, but it was just a 5-minute kind of taster that he did for me. And one that come up for me was my immune system, and I know that's a point of weakness for me. I get a lot of colds very easily, even though I eat really well, and it's kind of always had that. So that came up straight away. And then he even can tell you what to take. So he says something, he holds the pendulum, you'll see it in the footage that comes next, and says, so what's the solution for Remy's low immune system? And then it will swing and point, and it came up with I'm lacking in beta carotene. And actually, funnily enough, I've not taken that as a supplement or tried to get that in my diet yet. And I feel like I've tried a lot of things to boost my immune system that hasn't really worked, like iron, moringa, spirulina, you know, the typical stuff that you want to make sure you've got, but not that. So I was actually quite excited to see if that is actually what I was missing. It's holistic, so it went to emotional level. And he says, you know, he told me something about, which I've heard before as well, it's just lovely to hear things again though, because I feel like it's confirmation. And it was about spiritual imprinting. So it's things that have happened to you normally between 0 and 7 have an emotional impact. You know, when you go to most therapists, they will tell you, you know, a lot of their belief in psychology, their work is based on people healing from their traumas that were done in their younger childhood, because they're so impactful at that age. And he described it as a cellular imprint. So it's like within your body, all your cells believe or hold on to this self-limiting belief, and it's all to do with the subconscious. And, you know, a lot of people believe that 95% of our lives are driven by our subconscious. Our subconscious is what we're attracting into our lives. So it's not even logical. Sometimes, you know, you might believe, for example, you're not worth anything good on a subconscious level. Constantly you're going about your business, doing everything that you have to do, but you don't understand why you're self-sabotaging, or, you know, bad things are happening, for example. And I don't mean it in a very general way, I just mean in specific instances. Obviously, it all comes down to what you personally believe, but you're attracting these things to yourself. And it's, for me, my healing journey has been about making sure I'm in a good place so that I attract the very best, because I believe that's my divine right, as it is yours. Get more creative. And it's so funny because I'm here jumping on YouTube, trying to do YouTube videos all the time. I'm just energized by it because I know I've wanted to do it for a long time. And even little things though, like he says, let go and be free. You're being too analytical, overthinking, which is something I can do, and that I just need to enjoy my creativity and let loose and don't make it too rigid. And it was so mad because like 2 days ago, I was just getting ready, putting on my makeup in the mirror, and something said to me, buy some crayons, like start drawing again. I used to draw and like colour and just water paints, like you just used to use whatever, very arts and craftsy, and I haven't done that in years. And I had the thought, and I was like, you know, I've no time for do no arts and craft right about now. Do you know what I mean? I'm studying, I'm trying to do this, trying to launch whatever I need to launch. And it's just crazy because I come later, 2 days later, to this guy, and he's telling me the exact same thing I had the own thought of. And it was so great because on the way home, me and my mum were just speaking about how our body is telling us things all the time, but we are not in a place to listen. Even though we hear it, we just disregard it like it's nonsense, when it's our body asking us for what we need. And in the most subtle ways, like in the shower or when you're driving or out and about, you just get a little thought, and it's like, you know, really subtle little thought, and you're like, and then just carry on with your day. And he was teaching like, yeah, our body's talking to us all the time, but we're just not listening or implementing what it tells us. It's just really exciting, and I just really loved his energy. It was just very positive. I love the language he uses, and he's like, you know, it's time to step into the goddess that you are, and, you know, really bring yourself forth. And it was just so spot on. And obviously it's spot on because it's your own body communicating with you. Do you know what I mean? I see it like he's a facilitator of that, not it's coming from him and no one else can do it. These things, these thoughts, clearly I had by myself 2 days ago, and it's just kind of being in a place to be receptive to those. As we go on with these videos, you'll see I'm going to do a lot more about self-love practice, because I know when I was on my journey, things that I could practically do was a struggle. Like, I didn't know, and I had to really look and find, and I did find a lot of things that helped me, and I'm hoping sharing them with you guys is maybe something you can implement or try and see what sticks and what doesn't. You know, you might be meditating in the morning and you feel like in that meditation that answer's gonna come, or you're speaking to God and God, you're like, yep, God, I need this sorted, or can you give me some clarity on this? And we sit there and then nothing happens, and we're like, all right. But then not realizing the next day when you're in the shower or going about your business and some idea or something comes to you is actually your answer, and it might not be in the way that you thought it would be, or a conversation that you had really brings some clarity, the same clarity that you asked for. So that was just amazing, and I actually booked in with him to do a full 1 hour session, and I'm gonna actually be traveling up to London to do that with him, so I'm definitely gonna bring you guys with me. Obviously not for the whole thing or to hear what is being said. I do believe there is a part of this, especially when you are in your personal development and journey, that is quite sacred and private, but I think it would be great for you to like come with me, see a bit, see what I go on, and see if it might be something for you, because I'll definitely put his information and description down below so you guys can connect if you want to. He's actually, as I said, based in London. The other person that I had was another person that stood out to me was a woman called, let me remember her name now. Her name's Sophie something wealth, and basically she did a session on money management, and I thought that was wicked. This year, I don't know if you guys watched my last video about what I learned in 2017, but money management is something I'm definitely focusing on for this year. It was just nice to be around other women and older women, and then there was Queen Afua that spoke, but overall it was just such an enjoyable day, and I'm really glad that I went. Me and my mum had a great time. So yeah guys, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a feedback on that, and from going to that event, I'm gonna go and see Stephen Solly. He has 2 S's, and I want to say Selassie, but I know that's because I'm Jamaican. His name is not Selassie, it's Sali. And I will definitely take you guys with me. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one, and I hope you enjoy. See you soon.